Well, howdy everybody. I'm kind of starting this video a little late into the project, but I recently bought a Southbend 9-inch lathe with a quick change gearbox at an auction, and I'm in the process of restoring it. Got it all torn down. These are some of the parts that are yet to be cleaned. You can see the bed upside down there. There's the cross slide over there, the apron, the tailstock, and there's the quick change gearbox upside down. That's the pulley, not original, but hey, I don't care. A spindle and some associated gears that I haven't yet worked on, but I'm going to here shortly. Here's some parts that have already been painted. There's the feet that go underneath the bed, the gear cover, part of the motor bracket. There's the headstock, another part of the motor bracket, and some of the cross slide and its associated parts, and some wrenches and gear covers that I've done already. They all need a second coat of paint. I know the color's not original, but I don't care. It's a color I like, and it's not going in the museum, so I'm doing it my way. Well, here's the bed in my cleaning tank, and just to give you an idea how dirty this lathe was, I'm going to zoom down in here to a little area that I've already cleaned, and there you can see the original paint and the grime that is just built up on this lathe. And that has taken me about 3 minutes just to clean that little spot with a small stainless steel bristled brush, which is about the size of a toothbrush. This is my cleaning tank. It's very homemade. It's the top of an old pressure tank, actually. I had to replace a couple years ago on my well system, and this is the top, and I just took the base, cut the base off, and just tack welded it onto the top to flip it over. Makes a great cleaning tank, although quite big, but that's alright. I got some big parts to clean sometimes. The bottom of this tank, with the hole where the water went through, became the forge in my blacksmith shop, and you'll see that in a later video. But that's how dirty this lathe is, and also a quick just a view of how you can do things and repurpose things very quickly and easily and cheaply. Say hi, Bo. That's Bo Dog, my shop dog, and my ranch dog. Farm dog, whatever you want to call it. Hobby farm dog. He's my long-legged basset hound. Purebred, got papers on him, but he definitely is non-conformist to the breed with them long legs. Well, we've been cleaning all day. I'm getting ready to paint, and I thought I'd show you the paint that I'm using, which is just off-the-shelf stuff. Turn it a little bit, maybe get a better picture here. Exo Rust direct-to-metal gloss. And that is a Ford blue, just like that Ford blue. And then I'm using this Valspar enamel hardener. In whatever type of hardener, I recommend a hardener on your paint for your machinery, since you're going to have metal chips flying off, and it's going to be chipping at the paint. So if you harden the paint, it just makes it so much better. Whatever brand you use, follow the directions. That can of Valspar enamel hardener is 8 ounces, and it mixes a gallon, but I've been doing small batches at a time. I got the paint going right now. It's got to sit for a half hour, mix it every once in a while to activate the hardener, and there's that right there, mixed up, ready to go. Just mix it every once in a while. Cleaned up a lot more parts, and we're just about ready to start painting. Well, there's the bedways all cleaned up, ready for paint. I got the ways themselves masked off. Let me roll this over so you can see it a little bit. That was a bear. That was about 2 hours of cleaning in my tank that I showed you earlier with a little brush scrubbing away. That's the working side, since that's where the Southbend emblem is. The back side was pretty easy to clean, but this one was really bare. And these pockets down there, those were really, really tough. And I know I didn't get them all perfectly cleaned, but you know what? It doesn't really matter to me. They're never going to be seen. This is the bottom of the beds, the bedways, so that's not a big deal. There might still be a little bit of grease down in there, but I'll slop the paint in there as best that I can. Roll it over here and show you the back side. The lighting's not very good here in the basement. I apologize for that. And I guess I should tell you that I do not own a tripod yet for mounting the camera on, so I can't show you, can't hold the camera and do all the work while I do it, so I just got to do it and then show you the end results. Kind of a pain, I know, not as exciting, but hey, it works for me. There's the main motor drive pulley, goes on the counter shaft. There's the tailstock all cleaned up, tailstock base, tailstock hand wheel. I didn't take the hand wheel all the way apart. I don't think it needs to be taken apart. That brass handle pin I think is not original. I think that's aftermarket. Somebody pressed in. It doesn't spin, but it looks good, nice and polished and smooth. And the lock nut there that goes on the back of the tailstock spindle to hold this all in place spins real freely, so I just left that together. I'll paint that as a unit. I do that to save time, make it go a little quicker instead of taking every little individual piece apart. So there it is. I'll show you it all when it's done being painted, which will be very soon. Well guys, I want you to know this is my first major renovation of any metalworking machinery, and I am not doing it by myself. I bought this guide, the guide to renovating the Southbend lathe, 9-inch model ABC plus model 10. Bought it on eBay from Ilion Industrial Services. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly, Ilion or Ilion. I'll go with Ilion. But I bought the kit, which was this book and this gasket set, gasket and wick set, and in here are the two round gaskets that are wrapped in springs that go underneath the main spindle, and all the other gaskets and wipers are in there, O-rings. This book is, I can't say enough about it. It is a fantastic book. It is full of pictures of everything. I'm not going to show too much because I know it's copyrighted, but if you're going to renovate, rebuild, or just do major work, even if you just own a Southbend 9-inch or a 10K, I recommend you get this book. It is loaded with information. It even has a section in the back in the appendix on taper pins, driving them and reinstalling them, and little tips and tricks to doing that. And I kind of like this on the back as a copy of the original patent from this one was filed in 1940, so I'm sorry, this wasn't the original patent. This was the friction clutch for the lathe apron, the patent for that. And there at the bottom it says, an original 1940 patent of the friction clutch used on the 9-inch model A, B, and later 10K lathes. But the book is awesome. Like I said, I can't recommend it highly enough, and I have nothing to do with this company. I bought and paid for it. I'm not getting a kickback of any kind. I'm not even going to ask them for one. I believe in pumping up somebody who deserves to be pumped up, and believe me, they do. They also sell on eBay the oils that is recommended for use on your Southbend lathe. I believe there's 4 different types of oils in the lubricating chart out. The lubricating chart exists on the outside of this door here. Mine's kind of hard to read, but it's there, and there's more information in this book about that. But they sell those 4 types of oils that Southbend recommended you use. So there's that. Can't recommend it highly enough. You won't go wrong, and you won't be sorry. Well, here we are, second coat on most of these parts. First coat on some of them, like the inside of the lid there, the door. Here's the hand wheel for the tailstock. The underside of the motor bracket, those are all first coats of paint. Back here on the cross slide, that's second coat of paint. There's the base of the motor bracket and the headstock. Those are all second coats of paint. Here I got all my smaller parts just hanging. Step back, it kind of looks like the Chinese laundry of machine parts going on here. Quite a few parts hanging there painting. Some of those are first coated, some of them are second coated. And let's go inside and I'll show you the rest. Alright, there's the bedways. All painted up. The big wheel on the back side. There's the tailstock and the tailstock base. And I mixed up a little too much paint, had some extra, so I went out and cleaned up the banjo real quick and threw a coat of paint on the first side, on the one side. The other side hasn't been painted yet. And same with the wheel. The pulley there, I need to flip it over and paint the other side. And just for the heck of it, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't know if you can see it because I'm using a gloss paint and it's got a nice shine. It looks really good live. I don't know how it looks on camera, but I'm thinking I might put a little decorative stripe around it or something just to make it look good, dress it up. We'll see. I'm no artist by any stretch of the imagination. And just to make the 9-inch Southbend pop Might just do the tops of those raised letters in black to make them stand up a little better. But again, we'll see. Like I said, I'm no artist, so I have good thoughts, but when I actually try to do something, I usually screw it up. There you go. Project's coming along nicely. So far, got the inside painted pretty good. Nobody sees that anyway except me, so I'm pretty happy with it so far. First major rebuild of a piece of machinery. See you soon.